Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff Nix with NTT Data. I'm an industry principal for professional services industry here with NTT. I'd like to go over a few topics and questions that have come in as we think about professional services and different things or topics that you know our customers or things we're hearing from the market in terms of professional services. And one of those, questions are, what keeps you up at night? What are the things that worry us from an industry perspective? And a couple of things come to mind. One being, the ages of our systems. As we have progressed, you know, through the years, we've all had niche solutions. In many cases, we've built our own solutions to be able to address certain issues. In other cases, a lot of us use Excel to manage those different things, which they've all served us well. They've all helped us to be able to grow our business and be able to get to where we are today. But that brings with it, in a lot of cases, a lot of service debt of keeping those older systems running, or manual processes and manual touches that we get into when we have to deal with things that are in Excel, because we're pulling data from different places and trying to consolidate it. And that brings risk. That brings the challenge of bringing somebody new onto your organization, and how do you do things, and not having a true system at times to do those. And that brings a lot of risk and challenges to our industry. So one of the things, as people have talked about this digital transformation topic, that is the buzzword, that's one of the things of how do we take all of those disparate systems and how do we bring them together. And that's one of the things from SAP, for our professional services industry, of being able to manage not only our customers and managing that master data and our interaction with that customer, but also how do we manage the contracts, the billing, how do we manage that revenue recognition, how do we manage our resources and our people, and making sure that we're not overcommitting, and being able to track our staffing. And so that's one of the things from a professional services that SAP addresses in the latest S/4HANA offering. The other thing that keeps me up at night personally, with that is, for our customers, of, how do we take all of these disparate systems and help the customer absorb that change, that change management concept of being able to help our people to be, or your people to be able to consume that. So how do we make it easy to implement, but also how to be able to bring your people along, and how do we make that process one where that we can get buy-in from the business to be able to do that. And that's one of the challenges that we as NTT Data help bring the customer along in that change management journey, so that you do solve and manage a big project, a big change that's going on in your business, and being able to be able to transform your business, so that you can get out of the manual processes, or the legacy debt of manual systems or older systems that honestly your support people are aging out in a lot of cases to be able to support those, and finding younger people that know those older systems and how to manage them. Those are some of the challenges and some of the things that we run. Kinds of things get me excited. That's another question that's come up in terms of what's going on in our industry, and that that transformation of insight to information, gets me excited so that we can understand, our projects we're running, understanding that profitability through the entire project, being able to manage the resource request, to staff people to a project, to be able to understand, where we are in that life cycle of a project, from early estimation all the way through, to the project end, and understanding, where we were in terms of how we estimated the project, all the updates and changes and forecasts that happened during the life of that, and then ultimately where did we end, and understanding that and being able to know that those values are accurate. Whereas, traditionally, a lot of people, that's where we're pulling stuff out into Excel sheets, and we're hoping we got all the data, properly accounted for. That's one of the things that gets me excited, to be able to see and manage that and understand that, and allow our customers to transform. Another topic and thing that has come up is, where are we going from a future standpoint of our professional services industry? That transformation of not just selling a service, selling our people, a lot of times, but we're selling, our expertise, but also, getting into more selling a solution. How do we sell outcomes in some cases, so that we can be able to come up with new offerings, to our customers, beyond just either staffing or, doing a project that may be time and material and those sorts of things, where we need to manage our people. But how do we help our customers in selling them a solution, and being able to be, the next level of selling to our customers, not just our people. That's one of the things that I see changing dramatically in our industry, honestly, is that that dynamic of moving from being just a services industry, but to being a solution, and going into other areas and other parts of offerings. And that's the good thing with the SAP portfolio too, is, yes, we have a industry sector that's focused on public or professional services, but, if you move into other areas, other things, whether that's, field service type things, whether that, you get into, something from could be manufacturing, other business, other areas you want to, to acquire a different business to complement what you have. That SAP portfolio can support you and be able to grow with you. You're not having to go and find another solution. SAP has best practices for all of those different industries. So those are the things that get me, excited, that gets me, that I hear from my customers things that they're concerned about, and being able to transform their business, and where we're going from an industry standpoint. Our industry is constantly evolving, and so how do we stay ahead of that, and how do we help transform that? And that's one of the things, I think, from the S4 side, where we can, from an SAP standpoint, allow you to continue to grow your business, to focus on your core industry, to focus on your core products, but allow you the flexibility to continue to mature and offer other services and other things that allow you to expand and grow. Otherwise, we're going to be in the getting left behind in that sense. So thank you again for your time today, as we've talked about some of the challenges that we see in the industry, some of the things that I hear from customers as far as what's keeping them up at night, what's keeping me up at night, and then things that we're doing now to grow our professional services industry, and how we are able to understand and leverage the power of SAP to help us to grow. All right. Thank you.